I'm back with another video, and guess what? Today's video is going to be slightly different. My hair is actually in the cast right now. I'm trying out a new product application technique today, but it's still just slightly damp, so I'm learning from my last wash day fail and I am leaving it alone. I'm gonna let it dry to 100%, but while I'm waiting for it to dry, I thought we'd do something fun. I thought I'd show you how I do my makeup. It is just for fun. I am absolutely no makeup artist, but I have watched quite a number of YouTube videos and makeup tutorials and things like for a shamefully, shockingly long amount of time. This video is meant to be helpful, a little bit of background about me and my skin and what I'm going for when I'm putting on my makeup. A, it has to be fast because I'm a mom, I work from home, and we got things to do. B, it needs to look natural. I don't want to look like I'm wearing just a whole lot of makeup because I personally don't enjoy that look on me. I like to look more effortless and breezy. That's what I think in my mind when I'm doing my makeup. Effortless and breezy, not overdone, understated, that kind of a thing. Not to say that I don't get glammed up with the best of them. This is just my day-to-day, easy breezy, quick makeup routine. And then the third thing that I really need my makeup to do for me is to wear well. I don't expect my makeup to look the exact same from the moment I apply it to the moment that I take it off, but I do expect it to wear well. And I will say these products, my base products that I am using, that I truly, truly love, do just that for me. They are incredible. They wear well, they stay on beautifully, and they don't break out my incredibly sensitive skin. So if you're interested, please keep watching and click that subscribe button so that you can hang out with me on more videos. Maybe not quite like this one because this is not a makeup channel. I usually talk about my hair. This is just to switch things up. But anyway, click subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we can hang out some more later. Yeah. Doesn't that sound like fun? And leave a comment down below what your favorite makeup product is, because while I do love hair and trying out new hair products, sometimes it's fun to try some new makeup products too. Anyway, all right, let's get into it. Okay, so here I am with a bare face, and you can definitely see that I have decently clear skin, but I really struggle with some rosacea and melasma. I've been told by dermatologists that this is a pregnancy mask. You can see a distinct color change from my under eye to my cheek. I also have it on my upper lip, which makes me look like I've been drinking chocolate milk. Let's just say that. Anyway, things that I look for in my makeup are things that are going to make me look naturally even. I want it to look like my skin, but better. I don't want to wear a mask. I am very oily, so I don't want it to be sweating or creasing or moving around on me during the day. And here's the big kicker. My skin reacts very, very badly to dimethicone. I know many people can use dimethicone in their skincare, and it's actually a beneficial product to them, but it is not for me. Once eliminating dimethicone from my skincare, I quit getting clogged pores, I quit getting the inflammatory breakouts. It has helped my skin so much. But what that does is it eliminates just about every primer on the face of the planet from being allowed to be used in my skincare. So that is kind of where I am, and that is how I approach picking my products. There are very, very few products that work for me in my wildly sensitive skin that look natural, that don't crease. So I'm just going to be showing you what I like to use today. This is just me playing around and showing you what works for me. And if you have similar skin to what I have, or if you struggle with similar issues, these products may be helpful to you. That's all this is just me showing you what I do and my recommendations. So for starters, you always want to start off with a clean face. Duh. Like I'm going to wake up with an oily, greasy, day-old makeup face and pile more makeup on. Actually, I did used to do that. Anybody else? So I am starting with a clean face, and my skincare has changed recently, and I am actually noticing a bit of a difference. My melasma and rosacea are calming down, so that's very exciting, but my skin is prepped. I'm wearing sunscreen. As always, I literally never walk out of my house or even out of my bathroom without wearing sunscreen. So, prepped, primed skin, clean, got the sunscreen on, and I'm going to be going in with a very cool new find. This is a concealer by Raw Skin Ceuticals. Sounds fancy, right? Check out the link in the bio. You've got to take a look at them. I am like really excited about this brand. It's a very, very thick concealer, but it is kind of creamy at the same time. So I get just a tad on my finger, and like a true pro, I'm going to just dab this under my eyes. And when it goes on, you think, oh crap, this is never gonna blend out. But you just kind of gently tap and work it into your skin. And I like to bring it up and around because of that pregnancy mass going on, my melasma. I find that this works better when I go ahead and bring it all the way around. And I am just going to tap that in. I also tap, like just a tiny amount. Don't get too much of this stuff. I'm going to put this on my moustache, my chocolate moustache, to soften everything there, and just a little bit on some darker freckles I have on my nose. And as you can see, I'm already much more evened out. And here's the crazy thing about this concealer. Here, let me show you my eyeball. This stuff does not crease. Yeah, I know. I've heard it before too, where the person applying their makeup says, oh, this concealer doesn't crease, and you buy it and then you put it on and it creases everywhere, and you're horribly, horribly sad because they said that you didn't have to set this concealer and it creased on you and betrayed you. It took me a long time, but this concealer is just wild. It is buildable and it feels liquidy when you pull it out of the pot, but then you apply it and it turns into a powder. It's a slightly tacky sort of powder feel, like it's not a true cakey, dry sort of powder feeling. It's just wild. This is the weirdest concealer ever, and I flippin' love it. It's all natural. Like, I never thought that natural products could work this effectively, but it is mind-boggling. You can see that this is not a full coverage concealer. And I don't necessarily want that because full coverage to me doesn't look like real skin. So this just barely evened everything out. It helped the really, really light part of my skin become just slightly darker, and it helped the really, really dark part of my skin become slightly lighter so that these are slightly more even. This part of my nose is still really dark, but it is overall, the effect is more even. I would say that this is a medium coverage concealer, not a full coverage concealer. Let's see. I haven't done this before, but I'm in really good lighting right now. Aren't y'all glad? I'm taking just a tiny dot more of this concealer, and I'm gonna see what happens when I build it up on this particularly pigmented section of my face. When you first tap this on, it is a little nerve-wracking. It doesn't seem like it's gonna blend in, but if you just continue to tap a few more taps, it's like it helps the product set. It's just crazy. This is a really, really, really interesting product. And you can see I got a little bit more coverage out of that. Everything is looking more smooth and happy. Okay, how long have I talked about concealer? Moving on to foundation. And I have tried a lot of foundations, and after discovering that I need to remove dimethicone from my skincare and from my makeup, that is something that is very helpful to me. I started looking into powder foundations because there's a lot of powder foundations out there that don't have that ingredient in them. However, a lot of powder foundations look bad. I mean bad when you put them on. They're cakey, they look dusty, they look powdery, and oddly enough, there are some that crease on me. How on earth does a powder crease? I don't know, but apparently I make way too many facial expressions. Okay, so again, I found one that I really like, and guess what? It's from the same company. It's from Raw Skin Ceuticals, and obviously I'm in the shade C204. Okay, I just took a quick break and I took a look at their website. It does not contain any silica mica talc. The main thing, the ingredient in this mineral powder is refined kaolin clay, and they use non-nano zinc dioxide and titanium dioxide as their mineral sunscreens in here. You would think that that would give a flashback. It does not. I don't know how they've done it, but this is a wonder product for me. It also contains a bunch of antioxidants in it, and I swear my skin is improving the longer I use this powder. So it's your standard kind of packaging, you know, your twist top there, and tap and swirl. Who remembers that? I've got a very small amount of powder in here. You really do not need much of this. And I just start pressing and swirling this into my skin. I try and focus this on the areas of my face that have the most sun damage, which would be right there and right there. For those of you who don't know, I actually used to train horses professionally, which means that I spent almost 8 hours a day out in direct sunlight. And while I never left my house without sunscreen, it still wasn't enough. I would wear hats, I wore sunscreen, I reapplied, but even through all of that, my skin really took a beating. That is now applied, and again, it's not an incredibly massive full coverage look. I don't want full coverage. If I get full coverage, I look cakey. It doesn't matter what I do, I just look cakey. Now, this is another really cool thing about this product. Sorry, I'm grabbing a brush. I break out just like everybody else, and currently my skin is doing really well, but I want to show you. This powder turns into a powder concealer. So I have a dark spot that tends to want to show through, and I'm just going to take a slight bit more of that powder and tap it in, and we're smoothed out. I have a really dark freckle on the top of my nose, which can be cute, but sometimes I want him not to maybe stand out quite so much. Boom, evened out. I have these two friends hanging out with me here. Boom, evened out. And it never looks cakey or weird, ever. And these places where I have particularly dark rosacea, melasma, whatever happening, I can tap more powder in, boom, more smoothed out. This product is so easy for me to work with. I really like it. I have the Wet n Wild Contour Palette in Dulce de Leche. Since it is summer, I would like to look slightly more bronzed, especially since this shade is almost too light for me. I promise it wasn't when I ordered it, but yay, getting dark. I also like to just run this around the perimeter of my face. I don't dust underneath. I find that whenever I do that, I look like I'm wearing a bronzer beard. It's, nope, not cute. I do keep it outside, up high. I do try and not get it down too low. Here's the great thing. If I do, I just take the brush that I applied my foundation with and smooth it out. All right. And because of my very strong line of demarcation that I have due to my melasma and rosacea, I like to go back over that area where I applied the bronzer with my powder foundation brush and just tap it out so that everything looks smoother once again, just really, really blended and very soft because my cheeks tend to be very bright red and brown anyway. All right, moving on to my eyes. All I do is take an Essence Pure Nude highlighter and apply that as my base to my eyeshadow. I apply it with my finger because I find that this gives me good pigmentation. It keeps it from falling everywhere quite so badly. Gives me the application that I so desire. It's also really fast and really easy. I find that this color really helps my eyes pop. There's something about it that's slightly orangey that makes my blue eyes go bing. And then, in the name of simplicity, I grab my bronzer, same finger, tap on the outside corner. Seriously, let's keep it easy. And this bronzer is really easy to work with. I don't tend to get really harsh lines. Now I'm grabbing kind of a big, fluffy blending brush. Guess what? It's from Wet n Wild. And I'm just gonna put just a tiny bit more of that bronzer in the crease. This is seriously not hard. This is something you've seen 10 million beauty gurus do way better than I'm doing now. This is just what I do because it's simple. And then because I got a little bit messy, I'm gonna grab the light color and I'm gonna do a tiny little bake on the outside of my eye so that all of that is cleaned up. Again, nothing new. This is not new information. This is stuff that has been circulating around on the interwebs for a very long time. Now, for more fun, because it's summer and we want to be glowy, same highlighter. And this is like a dual fiber brush from Wet n Wild. I'm just gonna throw this on in the highlighter areas. Really not too precise, but it did warm up the skin and make me shiny and pretty. Now, this is fun too. I like to apply 2 coats of mascara, and I'm a rebel. I like to let them dry in between my applications. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply some of the Glossier Lash Slick Mascara, and then I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and then I'm gonna come back and apply another coat, and you'll see what a difference that makes. But I tried this at first, and I really wasn't crazy about it, but it's like it's dried out just a little bit, and now I love it. I get questions about why my eyelashes look so long, and I think it has something to do with this. So let's see if I can do this on camera. Here we go. All right, now it's time to throw on some eyebrows. This is the ColourPop Brow Boss in the shade Taupe. And let's see if I can show y'all how I do this on camera. I'm gonna explain it just a little bit. I like to draw the underneath line, the line on top, and I follow all those angles that everybody talks about. These 2 lines will be perfectly parallel till I hit the top point, and then I'm just gonna draw a line down and have them meet. The reason I'm so picky with my brows is that you can see that there are hairs that grow up here that do not grow up here, and there are hairs down here that do not grow down here. So I just literally try and draw them the exact same and do the same parallel lines and whatnot so that I have brows that are sisters and not very distant third cousins. So here we go. There. They're not super dark. They're not super defined, but they're also not super crazy looking. Okay, so now I'm just kind of dusting and patting in that excess powder so that it's not standing out super crazy. And I'm ready to apply my second coat of mascara. And this is where you'll actually begin to see my eyelashes, because right now they're still hiding. We still haven't seen my eyelashes yet. So, all right, there you go. And now I have some eyelashes. The reason that I went ahead and I bought the Glossier mascara, even though it's not the cheapest mascara on the market, It's a tubing mascara, which means that it just forms little tubes around your eyelashes. So when you go to take it off at night, you can just kind of gently wiggle your eyelashes and the mascara comes off, but it's also slightly waterproof, so it doesn't just completely melt off your face when you sweat. I never put mascara on my lower lash line. It's just not something I'm into. The very last thing I'm gonna do is put on my lipstick, which is really a chapstick. I have yet to find a lipstick that I am just 100% crazy about. So I get the strawberry flavored. The cherry flavored is gross to me. Yes, I'm a princess and I am that picky. But this adds just enough tint to my lips that they don't look chalky or dry. I also can put it on without a mirror and not look bad. So anyway, there you go. This is something just a little fun, a little different. This is how I like to do my makeup. Again, I am no expert, but maybe some of these tips and tricks would be helpful to somebody. That is the whole point of this channel, is to be helpful. So, and I really feel like the Raw Skin Ceutical products are amazing. I've been really excited to find these products. I do feel like they're helping transform my skin. They give me such a nice, even base to work with that looks natural and not overdone, but more evened out, that it helps me feel more confident. And yeah, so anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.